250 years ago, on June 14, 1775, the Continental Congress established the United States Army, a force born not from conquest, but from conviction. A force forged in the fire of revolution, built on the belief that liberty is worth defending, and that freedom must sometimes be bought with sacrifice. Today, on the Army's 250th birthday, we reflect on a proud legacy, a legacy that stretches across centuries, across oceans, and across cultures. This year, 2025, also marks another milestone, one that lives deep in the hearts of the Vietnamese American community. 50 years since the fall of Saigon. 50 years since Black April, April 30th, 1975. That day, South Vietnam fell into darkness. But even in that darkness, the light of courage, honor, and brotherhood endured, carried by those who served, those who stood together, and those who would not abandon their friends. Among them were soldiers of the United States Army. You came to our country as allies. You patrolled unfamiliar jungles. You fought in treacherous terrain, and you stood beside the Army of the Republic of Vietnam in the fiercest of battles. You shed your blood for our freedom. We remember the helicopter pilots who flew through enemy fire to rescue the wounded. We remember the medics who saved lives in the mud and chaos of war. We remember the infantrymen who walked side by side with our soldiers, fighting not just for victory, but for each other. You didn't have to be there, but you were. You didn't know us, but you stood with us. In the final days of the war, as Saigon crumbled, it was the U.S. military, including the Army, that carried out one of the greatest humanitarian evacuations in history, Operation Frequent Wind. Tens of thousands of Vietnamese men, women, and children, fearful of what would come under communist rule, were airlifted to freedom. Many of us who are free today owe our lives to the selfless courage of those soldiers. And many of us who came to America as refugees found not just safety, but a new beginning. We remember those who never made it, the American soldiers who never came home, the Vietnamese allies who were left behind, the families lost at sea, the lives extinguished in re-education camps, and the generations that still carry the scars. But today, we speak not just of loss, but of gratitude. Gratitude to the United States Army, which for 250 years has stood as a sentinel for justice. Gratitude for the values you uphold, honor, duty, and respect. Gratitude for the lives you saved, the hopes you reignited, and the freedom you helped preserve. From the rice fields of the Mekong to the marble steps of the Lincoln Memorial, from the shadows of war to the promise of a new home, we, the Vietnamese American community, say to you, thank you. Thank you for fighting for us, for believing in us, and for welcoming us. Thank you for showing the world that the American soldier does not just fight with strength, but with humanity. As the U.S. Army turns 250, may its legacy continue to inspire a new generation to stand for truth, to defend the vulnerable, and to never forget those who gave everything for freedom. We are here today, free and thriving, because you stood tall when others turned away. Happy 250th birthday to the United States Army, from a people who will never forget.